This is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. Hey, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. The NBA flattened the draft lottery odds in 2019. Last season, it introduced the play-in tournament. It's too soon to say for sure, but it sure seems like the league has gone a long way in trying to motivate teams to compete for the playoffs and not for picks.
I love it, David. I got to tell you, got to give them a lot of credit. Thank you for that report. Doris, at this point of the season, we see which teams have gotten better. What's the toughest threshold, do you think, to cross?
I think breaking through and becoming that championship team, that one team standing when the last game has been played. Listen, if you've struggled for long stretches, getting to 500, can be a process. But to me, those teams that can cross from perennial postseason participant to NBA champion, that is the hardest threshold.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. We've got Lou Dort. Favors is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Roby in at the 4 slot. And for the Lakers. And they have their big three all out there. Westbrook at the point with LeBron and Davis at the forward. Howard is out there with Kent Bazemore. Now here's Davis. After the miss from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. And James gets it to go.
Well, just really intelligent playmaking from Russell Westbrook. This guy sees someone with a good look, and he gets him the basketball.
Dort against Howard. Shoots from 12. Dort misses. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for Los Angeles. 4-point game. Their last encounter was in Oklahoma City, where they were able to handle the Thunder.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
Certainly something to keep an eye on. We'll see how the rotations go this time out. Every night it seems to be different.
Here's Giddey. Following the basket by Dwight Howard. Sinks the triple.
Well, for Lou Dort, it's all about building confidence from three-point territory. This is a growing part of his skill set.
Back to Davis. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Oh, Kevin, not a penny, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Now, here's Dort. 17 points in his last outing. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
6 on the shot clock. Off the left rim and out.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Greg, you think back to when Gilgeous-Alexander came to the Thunder, came over in that Paul George trade. He exploded after that deal.
And most of the focus on the picks the Thunder got, but Gilgeous-Alexander has been the biggest return by far. Exploded once he arrived with the Thunder.
Oh, you love to see Favors get high for the slam. What an impressive vertical with that size.
Thunder trailing by 5. The 9-foot shot. Great D that time from Howard.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
And finished off by LeBron.
You can see in LeBron's eyes he will not be denied on that drive.
59 seconds left in the first quarter. And the foul call. About Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Baisley's checked in for Oklahoma City. Williams comes in for George. And first time of the game called for Oklahoma City. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
One of the things that you know when you miss free throws is you're giving the team opposite you all the momentum. You're failing to capitalize on their mistakes.
Some changes for the Lakers. Horton Tucker's checked in for James. Kendrick Nunn comes in for Kent Bazemore. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Jerome, he's checked in for the Thunder. Maladon comes in for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile one block.
And making a statement right away, letting them know they won't get any easy ones when he's around.
Here's Baisley. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Clippers. All alone. Connects, the jumper drops.
Pretty dime there, the kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
Rondo passes to Davis. To the right side. Launches it. Buries the long-range jumper.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Jerome and the Thunder another three.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Passes to Nunn. Here's Horton Tucker. He's guarded by Williams. Horton Tucker, the pass to Nunn. 5 to shoot. Davis with the bucket.
You know, you love your star players making others better, and Melo with the vision there.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And we'll be back with you shortly. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Lakers.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Well, they've established their presence in the paint tonight also. And a lot of their scoring coming from down low so far.
So with James on the bench, this is who Frank Vogel is out there. They've got Rajon Rondo. Anthony Davis is out there with Anthony. Then it's Kendrick Nunn. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 3 spot. Anthony with the bucket. And teams often try to slow down point guards with bigger defenders. But Greg, you locked up without that edge. How'd you do it?
A little athleticism, Kevin, and a lot of desire.
And the Thunder with the possession here. Following the three-pointer by Carmelo Anthony. And Davis sends it back.
And wingspan, mobility. Davis is basically a shooter's nightmare. One of the great shot blockers in the league.
He has a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Coming into last season, the Thunder had posted a winning record every year for more than a decade. But when they decided to rebuild, they went all in and promoted their G League coach, Mark Dagnall, to head coach. He said adversity tests the connection of the team, tests everything, and shows you who you are. Guys?
Good way to start. Thanks, D.A. Here's Horton Tucker. The Thunder making the shot. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Nunn's got the lead up to 11 now for the Lakers.
Yeah, you got to respect the awareness level of Rondo. When his teammates have a clean look at the basket, the ball gets there without hesitation.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And with their offense sputtering, coaches got to get them back on track.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
And Los Angeles with some changes. LeBron's checked in for Talen Horton Tucker. Kent Bazemore comes in for Kendrick Nunn. And Russell Westbrook subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Now here's Bazemore after Lou Dort missed, and it's Davis with the jam.
And really with the off-the-charts explosiveness, Davis just punishes opponents on those alley-oops.
Westbrook against Gilgeous-Alexander.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Right side Favors.
2 minutes.
Hits the target from 18 feet.
Favors.
Favors got his second bucket of the night.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
And for Gilgeous-Alexander, he's a leader. Very young, but that role fell to him.
Yeah, the clear star of a very young team. OKC has handed him the keys to the franchise. He will likely be the leader of this team for a long time.
Davis on the follow. Davis has got 8.
Terrific physicality from Davis on the offensive glass, creating another opportunity and scoring.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Bazley. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Driving inside. Favors. And Davis sends it back. And he's able to get it back. Dort misses. Los Angeles leading by 13. James outside. Bazemore finds James. Drains the three-pointer. He's got 9.
Great ball movement there.
52 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
He was also an excellent setup man as well. This guy was cutting the defense to shreds with incredible passing.
And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
And the Lakers making a change here. Howard's checked in, and a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Roby, he's checked in for Derek Favors. Westbrook drives in, and he comes up with the deuce. And the Lakers lead by 18.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And nothing is falling for him right now. And it's Anthony with the ball for Los Angeles. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. And here is James. Here's Westbrook. It'll count. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Los Angeles with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first half mercifully coming to a close. I'm Ernie Jones.
The Lakers came ready to play. They jumped out to a 6-0 lead as they strung together some...
Thanks for joining us, folks.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at James, what a contribution.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So for Oklahoma City right now, they've got Favors. Lou Dort out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Roby in at the power forward.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. And that one's good by Favors.
And you love that Favors bounces off defenders effortlessly. Fantastic at finishing despite the defense being right in his grill.
Well, for an old-school big man to make a living in today's game, you've got to be a great rebounder and defender. Thankfully for Derek Favors, he is both.
Well, over a decade in the league, and in that time, it's a game that has changed a ton. But this guy brings plenty of value to the table because he's so sound.
Good on the shot. And that's now 10 points for Anthony Davis.
And the grace of Davis's game, you know, not many big men are just that fluid in terms of how he moves.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. In the way Russell Westbrook racks up triple-doubles is just incredible. Does it so often. A testament, Doris, to his strong work ethic.
I mean, this guy plays with such competitive spirit on both ends of the floor. Russell is relentless. He will sacrifice his body, and his teammates appreciate the effort he gives every single night.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Horton Tucker's checked in for LeBron. Kendrick Nunn comes in for Kent Bazemore. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Russell Westbrook. The Thunder shooting their first free throws of the game.
2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here's Rondo. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, the number of female officials in the NBA has grown in recent years. Commissioner Adam Silver said, "We've expanded our pipeline to greatly increase the pool of potential hires. And we've seen encouraging results. There's no reason why we shouldn't have more women as officials, coaches, and basketball executives in our league." Kevin?
Thank you, D.A. Rondo passes to Davis. Here's Horton Tucker.
Remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Here is Davis. He's got 10. 4 on the shot clock. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
And this guy does it all. Davis is as complete an offensive player as we have in our league.
Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine.
Davis down low, and it's good. 2 points. Davis has got 14.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
Now, here's Maledon. He's covered by Rondo. Good. That one on target for Maledon.
Well, we see a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting nowadays, but you'll take that look right there any night of the week.
Outside, Davis. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And really one of the most challenging covers in our game. Davis, hard to guard given how versatile he is.
This is his first trip to the line tonight, and he makes the first. Some changes for the Lakers. Anthony's checked in for Howard. James comes in for Horton Tucker. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Baisley's checked in. And so he hits both.
And one thing I'll never forget about Davis is when he lit up the All-Star game in 2017. Racked up 52 points in that game. That smashed the old record by 10.
Here's Baisley. Favors trying to break free, and no good that time.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Oh, the deep arm from LeBron, who makes that shot look effortless.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Back to Favors. The pass to Maledon. Rebounded by the Lakers. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them.
There's a fluid power and athleticism that he possesses. Nearly impossible to contain Davis inside.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line tonight.
And he shot 74 from the line a season ago.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis. So both teams making some changes here. And so Anthony Davis nails both of them. 5 seconds left to play in the third. To halt the run. No good on that one. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. Lakers ahead, running away with this one. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Lakers leading by 23. Russell Westbrook out there with Kent Bazemore. And it's LeBron James. And there's Davis. And it's Anthony in at the 4-man position. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. The 3 from Davis. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Davis has got 13 points here in the second half alone.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Outside Westbrook. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's foul number 2 for him. Endorsed with the financial challenges that the pandemic posed for the NBA, private equity firms looking to break into ownership. Some questions still to be answered with that, don't you think?
Oh, I think no doubt, Kevin. With the rules shifting in recent years to set that minimum ownership stake, it's going to be interesting to see whether this will become a real thing. But I believe if it drives franchise values, there will be momentum gained.
Here's Bazley, covered by Anthony. Favors passes to Bazley. It's Dort on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Los Angeles.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
You know, something else we've seen them doing tonight is getting the long ball to drop. Big points coming from 3-point range right now.
Favors can't get it to go.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Well, just another night at the office for LeBron James. So efficient, so productive.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and the layup is good.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Dort against LeBron. Bazemore on the wing. Anthony down low. That shot, no good. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The shot by Bazley, no good. LeBron up top. LeBron is doubled.
2 minutes remaining.
And the NBA dress code introduced back in 2005. Now, player attire straying a bit from business casual. Does that bother you, Greg?
You know, it doesn't bother me because that's where we are as a society. But, man, I can tell you, when I first came in the league, you get fined if you didn't wear dress socks with your suit. So we have come a long way in terms of the evolution of fashion. And you know what? I'm not one for stopping progress.
First free throw is good.
It is really so impressive how LeBron James continues to play at a high level. We all respect greatness. What is the hardest thing to achieve is sustained greatness, and that's LeBron James.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Jordan, he's checked in for Howard. Riza comes in for Anthony. Horton Tucker's checked in for Kent Bazemore. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Russell Westbrook. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. 1:37 left to play in the final quarter. It's good from long range.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Here's Pokusevski, and James pulls it down. Lakers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Lakers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Anthony Davis.
And with the way he came out energized on the defensive end in particular, hitting a hand on a lot of shots, that really got them rolling.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Got a piece of it. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Jordan, the pass to Horton Tucker. Back to Jordan. Thunder with the rebound. Now, here's Melodon. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up.
Dripping like I'm walking on water. Dripping like I'm walking on